Today is the 3rd of October 2010. A quick little video on the dollar index and its correlation within gold and silver. This is a 40-year chart of the dollar index, and I have pointed out some significant tops and bottoms that it has had during this time frame. And I really want to focus on where gold and silver was when it hit a key top and bottom. And we'll start off at the start, July the 10th, 1980. This was a half a year after the gold and silver market had topped out. Gold topped out at 800, silver topped out at $50 per ounce. So when this little area bottomed, they didn't bottom together. That is, the markets and the gold and silver, but very, very close. And from the move from 1980 to 1985, you've seen a major, major rise in the dollar, doubling its value from a little over 80 to a little over 160. However, whenever you see a pattern like this, where you go up so fast, down so fast, it's that of a warning sign. Same thing if it's reverse. If a stock goes way down and then goes back up, you can say that is another warning sign. The warning sign here was the dollar being in trouble. And the decline from 1980 to 1985 seen gold lose more than half of its value, 60%-ish. Silver losing about 2/3 of its value, going from 16.5 to 5.5. But notice the January 4th, 1988 bottom. How close is the dollar index to the 1980 bottom? Just a little higher. Yet gold was at 484, or down almost $200 an ounce, 30% we'll say, from its 1980 level. Silver was down about $10 per ounce, or about 60 some odd percent from its 1980 level, even closer to 70%. That's pretty significant, showing that there was a lot of price manipulation within the market. For when it had its little small rally, the dollar that is, the decline to gold seen to go from 44 to 368. Really not that much of a decline in the dollar, but a pretty significant decline in gold, losing 120, or that of 25%. Silver didn't lose as much on this rally. It only lost about 20%. Notice the 1995 bottom. The 1995 bottom was lower than the 1988. Meanwhile, money supplies were growing, inflation was rapid, or at least increasing, and gold was lower. Gold was at 394. And when you compare it to 1980, which pretty much is around the same level, why wasn't gold higher than 665? Why wasn't silver higher than 16.5? This shows pure manipulation that had been done within the gold and silver markets. Now let's compare the 1985 dollar highs to the 2001 dollar highs. Gold, 290, and here, here, 266. Therefore, over 16 years, with money supply growing, with the inflation growing on different products, gold was cheaper by $24 per ounce, or almost 10%, over 16 years. And the dollar index was significantly lower by 20 some odd percent from this value to this value. Silver from 545 to 4.25. That's a difference of $1.20, or over 20%. More telltale signs that the gold and silver price market had been manipulated. But things have changed since this 2001 time period, about 9 years ago. When the dollar bottomed in March of 2008, we started to see the prices coming back to where they should. And I emphasize starting to, meaning it hasn't came back yet. Based on where we were here and here, right now silver should be about 75-80 an ounce, and gold definitely over 1800, but that's a conservatively low price target also. But we've seen the movement from 266 to 1024, pretty much almost quadrupling in value, or that of 300%. Silver going from 4.25 up to 21. That's almost 5 times its value, or 400% of a gain. But impressively enough, on the March 15th, the March 15th high, notice that gold only gave up a smaller portion. Now, these numbers were well off of the lows that were made at the end of 08. Gold bottomed at around, 700, and silver at 8 and change. So they don't always work together exactly. So it's interestingly enough that when gold and silver bottomed at the end of 08, that the dollar did not top. However, given that said, right now we are a shade below 80, 78 or so, I think. And gold right now is 1300, which is higher than this. Silver is 22, which is higher than its 21 level. And what this is showing is that the manipulation for trying to bring the prices lower has ended. That doesn't mean the manipulation to try to keep it lower than what it should is not here. But from this analysis, what I see is that we are only starting to get back what was manipulated from 1980 to 2001. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.